the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get it fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' reblocks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's time.
I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I died. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with to groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
In the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Say the man got me. Can you hear me now? 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 All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. me in your city, cause when I start spitting.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's get it. Check 50.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It got his man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Here's Wilson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Corey Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Again to Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. This is Henry. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Boo, landed.
Henry. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's Henry, and he'll get nothing out of that one. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now Wilson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw again is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he finds his man Griffin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He got 29 yards that time.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball up.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The tackle made by Derek Rivers. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go.
Darnold from the gun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Open man right side is Shark. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Shark's got it, left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now it's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And the step will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with freedom. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a handoff looking right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Gone!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they are going for it. Darnold eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Derek Rivers in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Zebra. Gotta go. Slowly.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up. 4
touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Clayton Geathers makes the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
try the right side here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So out now come the Redskins. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Wilson on first down. That incomplete. He finds Sharp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down, Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jabal Sheard in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Griffin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, 4 down. Gotta go, gotta go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now Dion Lewis to return. And a good effort on the return there gets him a... Across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead can slip away quickly.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They go to Elliott again, and an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Booker on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
No. Check. Patriots. Gun.
On first down, Darnold. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gun! 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 Gun!
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That good for 22 and a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Oh, he knocks him over. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6, and the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. It's a party now. It's a party now.
They'll run it again with Henry. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The pitch to Henry. Oh, able to avoid him. Room to run past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. It's a 7th loss of the year, so that means they will